There used to be a billboard on Enterprise Road in Harare, and on this billboard were two animals, a lion cub and a cat. And the caption read, "Today we are the same, tomorrow we are very different." And when you think about it, it's easy to see why. Because in a couple of years' time, the lion will have grown into a massive beast, and the cat, well, will still be a cat. And my question to you is, given a couple of years, 3 years, 5 years, will you still be where you are today, or will you be a different person? And the answer depends upon what you're planting today. Hello, welcome to the Half Hour with Jonah Mungoshi, and today we are discussing what you need to plant today. Yes, that's the topic, plant today. So let me talk to you about a gentleman in India. He was staying in a remote village next to a barren piece of land, and he would get up every morning and go to this barren piece of land and he would plant a tree. And he did this repeatedly, not for a week or a month or a year, but for 30 years. And by the end of 30 years, can you guess what had happened? Well, he had managed to convert 550 hectares of barren land into an amazing forest. For 30 years, he had been planting trees in this forest, and as a result, not only had he created the forest, but he had attracted animals in there, including elephants, tigers, deer, monkeys, and many bird species. In fact, when the conservation community of India discovered what he had done, they were so amazed that they actually decided to name the forest after him. It is called the Molai Forest, and he is known as the Forest Man of India. Now, what does this example have to do with you? Well, tell you what, if you are in any shape or form interested in creating a better future than your current present, then you need to pay particular attention to what I'm sharing today. You may not be having a lot of money right now. You may not be having a lot of influence. You may not be creating much impact in the world. But what you are doing today is shaping the person that you will be tomorrow. What you will be tomorrow depends on what you are doing today and what you're doing every single day. The problem with most of us is we haven't listened. When Shingisai Suluma sang the song, Anochema achijgara achakoa achifara, right? Most of us didn't listen. You are crying, but as you cry, are you doing something? What are you planting today? What is it that you are doing right now that ensures that your tomorrow will be better? The majority of people that I've met spend precious time focusing on what they can't do instead of focusing on what they can and should do. We tend to focus on what we don't have and wish we had it instead of making maximum use of what we have so that it will help us to gain what we don't have. So let's look at an example. Let's take two students of average intelligence in a school. They write a test and they both come up with low marks. One student, well, just shrugs it off and says, well, I'm not too intelligent. The other student decides that he or she will plant today, starts working on the schoolwork that he has to do, starts studying, starts going through past exam papers, writing these, getting someone to mark these, and then learning from it. Where do you think they will be if they've got an exam in a year's time? Do you think they'll be in the same place? Absolutely not. And the only difference is what one student has been planting every single day and what the other student hasn't been planting. So you look at yourself right now, and if you're like most people, you probably somewhat feel sorry for yourself because you're not exactly where you want to be. You're not achieving the results you'd like to achieve. You probably don't have the connections that you wish you had. You probably don't have people in your life that can influence you or that can open doors for you like some other people have. But tell you what, it's what you are doing with what you have that determines where you are going to be tomorrow. As long as you are not planting something, you'll have nothing to harvest tomorrow. As long as you are not investing in your future, you will have no benefits to reap. So, hence, I come up with this philosophy that I call riding on time. Riding on time is using your time now. Whatever time you have now, use it to make sure that your tomorrow will be better. And if you stick around on the other side, I'll share with you specific steps that you can start taking right now that will ensure that whatever you're doing is planting and tomorrow you will be harvesting. Stay with me.